Hey everybody, welcome to this Xbox Life episode 287, New Boss. I am your host, Mark, aka Wingman709, and I'm one of your hosts, I should say. With me, as always, is Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Also known as Presar on Xbox Live.
And with us, as always, is blah, 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 BJ Blooper.
Yes, that's me. Yeah, you did one and announced me all in one shot. That's perfect.
That's pretty
Also,
cool.
BJ Swick 33.
I
So.
try. I did that on purpose.
Yes, very good.
So, welcome to the show, and it looks like we have a new viewer watching us live on Twitch. So, hello, Check84. Hi. I always keep looking at the wrong camera. It's like I got multiple screens, and my camera's on the one in front of me, but the live images are to the right, so I'm always looking at like the wrong spot. So, it's weird because I got to go here, but I got to look over there. So, anyways, we are finally here. Sorry we're a little bit delayed, but we're going to jump right to it, get to the stuff, and then get gone so we can all get back to what we love, and that is gaming. So be sure to visit us at our website at thisxboxlife.com, and also continue to support us. I guess I can resize this image for us. Continue to support us at Amazon.com. We do have an affiliate link, so if you go to thisxboxlife.com, click on the Amazon icon on the right, it will take you to the appropriate store with our affiliate. So if you are in Europe, it'll automatically link you to the UK, Spain, Germany, Italy, or France store. And if you're in Canada or the US, it'll obviously take you to the US or the Canadian store. So be sure to do all your shopping at Amazon. All right, guys. So we got some compilation videos going on here. Oops, let me start that again. My video is going to be... We could have a little rough night with the videos tonight because we've got a lot going on. So I'm hoping that this doesn't crash us. But we do have some community videos that we're going to show why we talk about what we played this week. So enjoy the community videos of random games. They're not all Titanfall, I promise. And and a real quick note before we jump into that, there were some questions about it. I think we're probably getting tired of Titanfall. So if you guys got some... Mojo said, "Why I didn't want to send you stuff of Skylanders and Lego games." I
Why
don't
not?
care, man. Exactly.
Yeah, do
Let's
everything.
Do it.
We're not a Titanfall show, so send
Right.
us some video footage of other games on your Xbox One or your PlayStation or your Wii or whatever, your PC. If you're
Yep.
gaming and you did something cool, you pulled off some cool maneuver, you want to share something with us, just capture the footage and get it to us. Put it on
Exactly.
YouTube or OneDrive. And then just share that link just share it to me, Mark, at thisxboxlife.com, and I will put it into the show. All right, so with that said, let's move on. Rob, what did you play this week?
More Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Got that thing finally finished. And, I don't know what I was expecting with the game, but I finished the game and I still had like 400 points to go. I figured it'd be closer to 1,000 points when I finished the game. So I was just kind of looking at it. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to go through all the effort to try to 1K the game with all the extra stuff. Because as much as I like the game, I think I'm kind of done with it, at least for now.
A lot
Might
of
come back
collectibles
to
and
it.
stuff, right?
Yeah, well, I went through and I 100%ed each of the levels, but
Hmm.
beyond that, there's a lot of multiplayer things and do
Gotcha.
X amount of this and X amount of that, and I don't think I'm gonna
You know
go
what,
back to
Rob?
that.
I tell
What's
you
that?
what. Demogulus and I were actually doing a little boosting with this game the
Yeah, I
other
saw
day.
that. Yeah,
So, if you want, we could officially help you achieve a 1K game. We would be
oh,
willing
you
to do
mean
that for you.
outside of Avatar?
Outside of, yeah, I mean, officially get you actually. I'm shocked you even said you completed the campaign. I'm like blown away. I'm like, really? Did he just say he completed the campaign?
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
you heard right. You don't have to clean your ears. You heard right. You did not
Is this thing
misunderstand
on?
that.
Hello?
Nice.
Are you check your temperature? Are you feverish? Did you misunderstand that?
I need to swap headsets. This one just said that you completed a game.
Yeah.
know there's
What's in that
something wrong.
cup? What's in that cup you're drinking?
Check.
I'm not as think as you drunk I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna check my headphones now. Actually,
But yeah, so I got Tomb Raider out of the way. It's just, I mean, I love that game. It's just fantastic. There better be a sequel. And then my son and I we're trudging along little by little, doing the Marvel Lego superheroes, and there's been a bunch of glitches in that game. I was really kind of surprised where characters get stuck and
Won't even
and
start.
yeah, and it's kind of disappointing. We actually had a level today where we played earlier today, and this dude, I don't know what his name was, but he came running out from Doctor Doom, brought him in, and you know that guy from Fantastic Four, the Thing, I think they call him. I think it's his name. The guy that looks like a golem, whatever.
Yeah, the
Big
thing.
rock guy. Yeah, the Thing. The dude just pushes him into a corner, and then the guy's stuck. So it must have been some AI screw up or something, and we actually had to restart the whole game in order to do that. In addition, also, I keep running into that same old problem. I'm at the point of where I'm finally gonna go through and investigate this thing because it's getting to be that annoying. Where if the Xbox is in a game and it goes to sleep with its timer or whatever when it shuts down after a couple hours, whenever I go back into the game, the controller never works. You know, it just sits there like we had in Max, where it says, you know, hit, controller contact lost or something like that. You know, hit any key, and it just doesn't work. I have to go to Peggle, and then I come back in. Well, you choose any other game; it doesn't have to be Peggle. So you have to go into another game, then you have to go back to it, and then everything works. So, I mean, this is a constant problem almost every time I start it. So I'm really surprised that we haven't heard much more of this, or it might be something that some weird combination that I keep hitting every single day, like a weird pattern of events that nobody else seems to do. But yeah, outside of that, I did get my little chat cord for my Polk headsets. That thing is actually pretty darn nice. I think next show I might try to do the podcast with it to see how that goes. And then, and because the headsets are awesome. And then also, I just picked up today at Costco. I got a set of the Nyko, NYCO, I think is the brand, the rechargeable thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It gives you 2 little battery packs, and it's base that you just plug in.
Right.
So I picked that up. I haven't plugged it in yet, but I'm excited to try that.
where'd you get the batteries from?
Costco.
Okay, yeah, I have a buddy at work that uses those, and he uses them for his 360 controllers, like the double A's and stuff. And he says that I forget how many he bought. He bought like 12 or something like that, and he's using some still that keep a good 2-week charge. He's had them for over like 2 years.
Oh wow!
So the only thing he did say is he went, they have like a quick charger or something like that that'll charge them up in like an hour or something like that.
Okay.
He said he actually went and bought a Sony brand version of one, and it does a better job or something like that. So,
Oh, these are like the actual rechargeable AA's.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. I've got the Sanyo Eneloop. Enloop. There's some fancy Sanyo brand, I think. I've been using those, but I figured that this is a little battery pack that just snaps into the bottom of the controller, and then the whole controller fits into a base.
Gotcha.
That's this thing that I got. It was like $18 for everything.
Okay.
So it was a pretty decent deal. And the Xbox One controllers are $47 at Costco, which is actually not bad.
Yeah, I was talking to Wing before we started. You can get at Target the Xbox One Titanfall edition, the $450 version.
Yeah.
With a year of Xbox Live at Target
For
Today
for $450.
for $450.
That's a pretty good deal.
I don't know if it's
That's an
today
awesome
only.
deal.
Yeah, I don't know if
It
it's
said
today only. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
can't
so
imagine what
that's-
deals are coming when E3 runs around.
Oh yeah. So that's $450 plus a $50 a game or $60 a game plus a $60 live purchase, which I really think is worth 40 because you can get those $40 all day long.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. How about you, Brun?
All right. More Diablo 3 Reaper Souls. Did some adventure mode with my friends. More Hearthstone. I can't stop playing it. And, since
That's a good game.
They released it on iOS in certain countries. And as soon as they release it in the US, I'm in trouble.
Isn't it out like in New Zealand or something?
New Zealand and Canada and things like that. Yeah. And then I completed a game this weekend. Not an expansion. It's a real game. It's the Room 2 on iOS. So,
there you
if
go.
anybody's played the Room or Room 2, so.
What is it, like Myst or something?
No, it's like puzzle boxes and things like that. It's like you got to solve a bunch of puzzles and things like that. You have to check it out. It's hard to understand. Hard to explain, I guess. But that's all. Mark?
All right, so this week I played, obviously, Titanfall. Greatest game ever. It's interesting. Titanfall is awesome. I still am not bored with this game. I'm on my gen. I have my 3rd gen pilot. I'm like halfway to my 4th gen pilot, and it's like it doesn't seem to matter. I enjoy this game. I can't. Usually about this point, with all the hours I put into, like with Call of Duty, I'll get burned out. I'll get burned out on the multiplayer and stuff like that. I just simply want to just keep playing Titanfall. They have created such an amazing game. And what I find interesting today, I was watching, earlier you guys saw some video footage that came in from our community, and it was some Call of Duty multiplayer footage. And as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, why doesn't that guy just jetpack up? I'm thinking, like, just jetpack up to the top of that building. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you can't. And I'm like, you know what? I think I might have a hard time going back. Because I haven't played Battlefield or Call of Duty since Titanfall came out. And I'm kind of wondering now if it's going to ruin those other games. Because now it's like I'm so used to wall running and jetpacking. And I won't be able to do that in those other games anymore. So I kind of wonder how it's going to affect me playing other games. But anyways, I love Titanfall. It's awesome. Anybody's ever played it, if you see me on, just shoot me an invite. I'll most likely swap over and play.
Or just shoot them.
Yeah, I also played some
Just
Thief.
shoot them, period.
Just shoot what?
Just shoot you. He said, just shoot me an invite or whatever. And I said, just shoot.
You're just a mean person.
No, that's what they should. They should do.
Then I wouldn't be here to produce this wonderful show.
No, I don't mean personally, but in the game, come on.
So I played Thief. I played another chapter of that. I'm slowly working my way through that game. It's okay. I don't do a whole lot of sneaking around, but I am trying. And lastly, I was playing Tomb Raider a lot. And Rob, now that you've been there and you beat the game, you remember where you got on the boat at the end, near the end?
Oh, where they're going up.
You fixed the boat. You were on the beach and you got on the boat, and then you go up. You go up the river.
Yeah, it's like an old PT boat or something.
Yeah, you're pretty much near the end of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Guess what happened?
What?
That's where I got today, and I made a mistake. And the lady goes, "Get on the boat when you're ready to go." And I got on because all I wanted to do was like see if I had the button to talk to her. And then I was like, oh, no, I wasn't ready to go. So it starts loading the next level. So I quickly hit the menu option and said quit, drop to the main menu.
Uh-oh.
I have to start all over again from the start.
Oh, no.
The level,
Your
when I
save got
reloaded
corrupted?
it, the save got corrupted. It saved at the right spot, or it didn't. When I reloaded it, what I noticed is it said my game percentage complete was 0%. I was like, oh no. So I loaded it, but I was on the boat going down, so it's got that part, but it puts you like on this cliff, and you have to like rope across. I had none of my advanced weapons. I had the basic bow from the start of the game.
Ooh.
All the stuff I built up was gone, so I can't
Oh,
move
no.
anywhere. There's nothing I can do, so I had to
So
start
you're
a
stuck,
brand new
right?
game. Yeah, I'm stuck.
Because you can't shoot rope arrows
Can't
or
shoot rope arrow. I have to shoot a rope arrow to get to the next
yeah.
part. There's nothing else I can do,
Dang.
so I had to start all over. I'm like, no. It's a good thing I like the game, but I'm really not happy that I got to play this basically a third time.
Yeah, because what I did a couple of times through the games is I switched save slots. Because you get, I think, 3 different save slots.
You do, and I'm gonna
So
do
you
that
can
this
switch
time.
over into them. And, I always figured, like, well, maybe let me see if I can. Because that game saves all the time.
Right.
Like every couple, 30 seconds, every minute it saves, it auto saves. So you might want to go back to some point. So I would switch save slots every here and there.
Yeah.
Maybe try that. Eesh, man, that's horrible.
I
Because
gotta-
you're pretty far in the game.
I
I mean,
was
what'd you
right-
spend? Like 10 hours, maybe?
Oh yeah, at least I was near the end. That was the last really main act, if you will. When you get on that boat, you're going to do the last part.
Yeah, that's
And
where you're
that's
going
where
to
it
save
went
Sam.
zip. So,
Wow.
but
I mean,
yeah.
how is it otherwise? I mean,
I love
knowing
the
that
game.
it's the same game.
I'm having so much fun. I still love it. It's not as exciting as the first time I played on the 360, obviously.
Right, of course.
But I still love the game. Is still so much fun. I'm still enjoying it.
Like the theme is, I mean, the theme and ambience in that game just sucks you in.
Right.
Like there are some spots where she's climbing on, like in the beginning of the game, she's climbing on that tower, it's like that radio tower.
Yeah.
And I'm climbing up and saying, I'm like, no way in real life, absolutely no way would I ever be up here. I'd be, if I needed to go up there, I'd be like, I'm stuck on this island for life. Sorry. No way. I ain't going up there. But it's amazing.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. So, all right. So I think that pretty much wraps up what I've done. But yeah, I'm now on a second run of Tomb Raider. So, or a third run, playing it for the second time on Xbox One, just to be able to try to finish the game. And I think the stinky part about this time now, though, Rob, is that all the work I've already done, I won't get like no achievements or nothing's gonna, I'm gonna have to rebuild my weapons and everything. Nothing's really gonna count. So I'm gonna try. What I want to do this time is just really focus on getting through the game.
So like a speed
And then
round. Right?
as best I can to just complete it, and then I'll go and grab all the extra stuff and fast travel and, worry about the mopping up of stuff. So that's kind of what.
Well,
what
well,
I'm
if you
gonna
got
do.
all those achievements, then you don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter
Well,
if you get all that stuff later, right?
No, the stuff I still need to get though. But like I need to get like the 75 kills for with the rifle, which I did. I was probably really close to getting it. Now I got to do all that again. But yeah, I don't need to worry about a lot of things. But still, it's a little frustrating that I was right near the end and I have to restart it. But
Actually, I'm curious. What was your weapon of choice in the game?
I love the bow.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I have a hard time switching over to the others. I prefer the bow.
It's like I use the bow probably 95% of the time, and then the shotgun the other 5%. Usually in close quarters, or with those dudes with the big shields.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, otherwise, I rarely use the pistol. I rarely use the what was it, the semi-automatic
Shotgun.
or whatever it was.
There's a rifle and a shotgun.
Rifle, yeah.
So.
Yeah, that bow's amazing. Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have? But all right, so that's it. That's what we played this week.
All right.
So let's jump into our topics.
Okay, first story that we've got this week is Microsoft has announced that they're trying to match what consumers want for the Xbox One games with gold. And you heard that right. It's Xbox One games with gold. With an interview with IGN during the GDC this past week in San Francisco, Microsoft Game Studios president Phil Spencer acknowledged the importance of launching the Games with Gold program on Xbox One, saying that they're trying to match what the consumers want, while also stating that it might not look exactly the way things have looked in the past on the 360. I wonder what that means. It goes on to say the Games with Gold program on 360 has been successful for us. It's been part of the value people see in Xbox Live Gold, something we recognize isn't on Xbox One that isn't there today. We haven't announced the plan, but people should understand that we understand the expectations that people have around what the value on Xbox One Gold should be. It might not look exactly the way that things have looked in the past, but the recognition that the form of content and that the perk for being a gold member is important to people, something that they definitely hear. See, now this is one thing that, if you think about it, like what can they do for Xbox One games with gold? Because the console is what, 6 months old, 7 months old? It doesn't have the titles, right? I mean, they're
Correct.
going to have to. I mean, you're probably going to be what? Like, actually, I think Wing, you called it a couple months back, Loco Cycle.
I still think Loco Cycle will be one of the first ones.
The
but-
first ones.
I mean, I think Crimson Dragon is a Microsoft Studio game, so we'll probably get that one. They have to have stuff first. I know people are crying that they want this, but we gotta have the games first before they can give you anything. So they might pull some stuff from maybe these independent developers and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we just we gotta give it time. We'll get some stuff.
Oh, yeah. Now, wouldn't it be
mean-
interesting if they actually give us, instead of an old game, they could potentially give us an indie game that's like a first timer, right? Where it just literally got released and is immediately a Games with Gold. I mean, they could potentially do that. I don't know how much the studio would like that, but
Well, they pay anyways. I mean, it's they're.
yeah.
I'm sure they're paying the studios a set amount of money, but I doubt they would do a new game like that. But
Mm-hmm.
you never know.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, if you look at PlayStation Plus, they're not. I mean, I guess they gave away a PlayStation 4 game or a couple of them right off the bat, but I think that was just to get people to buy the console. I mean, they were just releasing PlayStation 3 games, I believe.
And the thing too with Xbox Live that I think a lot of people, when they start criticizing Live's games for gold and they compare it to PlayStation Plus, those games you can only play them as long as you keep paying for PlayStation Plus. With Xbox Live Gold, the games for free. Once you download it, it's always yours. You
Right.
own that game. Period. So they are giving it to you. Sony's not giving you anything. They're just, if you're going to pay them the monthly fee, then you have access to it.
But
So
but
there
is that so bad?
There is a
though?
difference. No,
'Cause,
but
I
there,
mean-
there is there's not bad if you are like me and you always are paying for the service,
Right.
But
But
when people are
there
trying
are-
to make a big stink about, oh, they get this and they get, yeah, but when you lapse or you don't continue to pay, that game goes away on PlayStation Plus. So
I wonder
it's not
if you
an
lapse.
apples to apples comparison, and people
Now,
need
if
to make
you
sure
lapse, does it go away and you can't get it back if you re-up?
No, when you re-up, you get it back.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. You just can't play them while you're not
I-
PlayStation Plus.
that. Are you sure about that, Braun?
Yeah, I listened. They went over on Podcast Beyond.
Okay.
So yeah, and because they were talking about it, and a lot of people, PlayStation Plus is a perk. It was like an add-on. Well, I guess it's really not an add-on anymore. I can't really say that because you have to have PlayStation Plus to play online now.
Correct.
So now you have to buy it, and then when you lapse, you lose your games. At least when we have to buy Xbox Live and we don't do it, we still get to keep the games that we have.
Correct.
But-
But they are, yeah, they're.
But you can't watch Netflix.
We should, yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff I think needs to change.
Yeah, it's a
That,
bummer.
I
I've-
think is ridiculous.
Yeah, my kids' Xbox Live are expiring here in 2 weeks, and the thing is once it expires, they won't be able to watch Netflix or any of that stuff on their Xboxes in their rooms until they or I re-up them, and it's just like,
Or you
That
get a
it shouldn't-
Roku.
yeah,
Or
or you go spend $49 for a Roku USB dongle, and
Yeah.
and you can do all that stuff for $49. forever.
You buy the
So,
Amazon Fire what was
TV.
that? TV that
Yeah,
just
that
came
new
out.
one.
The new one,
Yeah.
and you
That
can
looks
buy
interesting.
and you can support us while you do that.
Yeah, that's right. And doesn't that thing have some kind of voice search now?
Yes.
Yeah, you
I thought-
talking to
yeah.
the
Yeah.
So you talk to the hand.
yeah.
And it's a gaming.
some-
It's a gaming system too. You can buy a controller for like $40, and it
Mm-hmm.
plays, I guess,
Android games.
Android games
Yeah,
on your TV. So
that's cool.
it's like a Roku, but
Ouya,
with
maybe.
more with a gaming. It's like a Ouya Roku mixed.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. I was looking at it. I'm not going to buy it, but I was looking at it. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. The interface is really neat looking. I like the idea and the concept of what it is.
So I've got an Ouya, and I think I would almost prefer the Amazon device.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, so it
Moving
looks
on.
like there's going to be some difference with the Xbox One version of Games with Gold, and we'll have to wait, unfortunately, to see what this is all about. But it's definitely good to hear that there is an Xbox One Games with Gold. So I'm sure we'll hear more on this once we get a little more in the terms of a library for the Xbox One.
I want
right.
Crackdown 3 for gold. For games for gold.
There you go.
Yeah.
Next month in May.
All right. All right, Ron.
All right. So, name of our episode of 287 is New Boss. And so there's a brand new boss for Xbox at Microsoft by the name of Phil Spencer. So, I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with Phil Spencer, correct? I know we are, but I mean, I imagine anybody that is in Xboxes knows about him. So I have, a letter here. I don't know if we want to go through the whole thing, but kind of one of the things he put in here to a letter to the community is that he'll be leading Xbox, Xbox Live, and creative teams including Xbox Music, Xbox Video, and Microsoft Studios as they deliver the next generation of games and entertainment. So he's got the whole shebang, if you want to.
He's got the whole
Say it
world in
that
his
way.
hands.
The whole enchilada.
Yeah, and Phil Spencer's I think a good person to lead it. I think he, that's going to be kind of an exciting person, I guess, for E3, which I think they needed to get not just a businessman, to lead, the Xbox division, but get somebody that has some sort of
Passion.
passion, knows games, has a little bit of character. So when he's out there talking in front of everybody, because who did it last year? Who's the guy that always just drove me nuts?
Matrick? Down Matrick?
Yes, that would just go out and he would. I mean, I'm glad I'm on video because he'd be like, and reading from a teleprompter, just games, TV. The whole TV thing.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
I wasn't even mad about the TV. It's just you could tell he was just like trying to quietly speak about TV and Call of Duty and TV, and I was just like, "Shut up! Stop reading the teleprompter. You're driving me nuts." So, but
Yeah, if you want a
Yeah.
job as reading a teleprompter, then become the president. Oh!
Whoa.
Yeah, I think this is awesome because I mean, even at E3 when you see him in meetings, he's always. He even wears like in the picture I got. He's wearing the State of
Yeah.
Decay T-shirt.
Yep.
He wears gaming T-shirts and stuff. He is a gamer. He
with a
likes-
suit jacket.
He loves this. Well, yeah, he's the gamer with the suit. He's
Yeah,
and that's what we need. We need someone who has that passion for this product and wants to take it as far as it can, but wants to do right by gamers. So I think this is great. I think we're going to see, give it some time. He can't change things overnight, but I think this E3 I think he will change what was probably planned, and I think we're going to see games.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see some really cool stuff coming. I think we're going to see some changes made to this platform. So they want to win, and I think they got the right guy. This is good for, I think, Microsoft, and it's good for us.
Oh, yeah.
And the one thing is in earlier, the very beginning of the article, they talk about how the community is like number one to them. Like, we're number one. Their customers are number one, and it's just going to say that. And they listen. I do believe to a point that they listen to their customers, and I guess to kind of prove that is really
they listen too much.
they listened to us at the wrong. They listened at the complaining, and they didn't listen to what people I think really want. But at least they were listening. So hopefully he takes it and runs with it, and we're off and running. So I just don't want them to. I don't want them to come in and just try to, be like somebody else. I want them to be I want them to be Microsoft, be Xbox, and just be themselves and not try to be like somebody else. So,
I feel a lot better about this than I did a couple weeks ago. Like, when we were talking about all those shifts within Microsoft, and then what Julie Lushton Green was leaving, and then Stephen Elop was coming in. To me, it was. I kept thinking, okay, because he's taking over devices and so forth, which I believe Xbox falls into.
Yeah.
At that point, you don't know what's going to happen. Because I think he was the guy that was talking about moving it off, right? Wasn't he? Into its own, or selling it off, or something like that. Wasn't that him?
That was like the main
there's
guy
a couple
at
of people,
Microsoft.
Yeah. So with this guy, I feel a lot better with him at the reins.
Good news for everybody.
Oh, for sure.
All right. So we talked about games for gold, and of course, those that are still on the 360, you are still getting free games every month. And this month, we got some awesome stuff for you guys. Right now, you can get Hitman Absolution from April 1st through the 16th, absolutely free. This is a must-play game, guys. This was the first Hitman game I ever played. It's fantastic. Just like Tomb Raider. This new Tomb Raider is the first one I ever played. It was fantastic. If you didn't like them in the past, give this one a go. You can't lose anything. I mean, this game was worth $60. I can't believe this is a freebie. I was shocked by this. So grab that before the 16th of April. Between the 16th of April and the 30th of April, you can get Deadlight for free. This is an Xbox Live Arcade title. Also very fun game. I really enjoyed this title. Rob, you played this too, right?
Oh, yeah. It's really good. It's really frustrating at times, but I like the style of the game.
Didn't you guys have an issue? I was going to say, didn't you guys both have issues or something with it?
The freaking helicopter.
Okay. I remember something.
There's
some very time-sensitive runs that you have to do, which you will repeat a couple times. But there's a lot of games that had that, like Max Return, Max Curse of Brotherhood had the same thing. So, but it's fantastic. It is. What'd that thing sell for? Like $15? It's a deal at $15.
Yes, it's was well worth the money.
It's amazing for free.
Yeah.
These are amazing, great games you guys are getting. So
yep.
I'm almost kind of jealous that I paid for these, but I'm not, because they were worth the money.
Yeah.
So don't miss out on these. Go download them and play them. You will be very happy this month as a 360 gamer to get these in your library.
Oh, for sure.
My goodness, this is a gift.
Yeah.
And even if you've kind of moved on and you're doing more of the Xbox One thing, go back to the 360 and get these amazing games, because it's worth it.
Yep, that is true. All right. What up?
Okay,
Who's up?
I'm up. All right. So Microsoft talked a little bit about E3, and they basically said that they're in it to win. I guess that's what games are all about. So Phil Spencer admitted that both the PS4 and the Xbox One are doing incredibly well, and of course they are. And he says, "Oh, that's good for business, but we're in this to win." He spoke with IGN about this, and he said, "I'm honored to be chosen." Oh wait, this was he emphasized a renewed long-term focus on games for the Xbox, and he said, "I'm honored to be chosen for this position," meaning his new position, his new job. "But we know what you get when you pick me, which is we're going to lead this platform from a gaming point of view. So that'll be a nice change because last year we saw a lot of stuff on TV. Games kind of took, a sideline to that slightly. And he said, I want to make sure everything we have on the roadmap going forward makes us the best place for gamers. And that's absolutely the way it should be. On the topic of E3 2014, which is coming up pretty quick, isn't it? Was it 4 weeks away now?
Or June.
Oh, June.
June.
Oh, that's right.
3rd or
Yeah.
6th or something like that.
Yeah, so we got 2 months. So about 8 weeks away. Spencer once again directed attention to Xbox games. I thought last year's E3 was a great games show, he said, pointing to Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and Titanfall. This year is going to be another really strong year for us on stage with games, although he specifically didn't say what we're going to be seeing this year. In many ways, our focus that we've had on E3 and the year ahead isn't going to change. I believe we have a strong content lineup coming. And then looking at the future, he reiterated that the plan is to be winning at gaming, no ambiguity about the most important part of the platform. They picked me and they know what they were going to get. So, because when it comes down to the capabilities of the Xbox One in particular, everything that we do outside of gaming is just gravy. But the console is a gaming system.
Right.
And that's what its core should be. So hopefully we'll get back to those roots and have a fantastic E3. I'm excited to see what they announce. Not just the stuff that we knew about, but new stuff.
See, I think we're gonna have a really good show. No, and I would love to see Phil Spencer do the whole show. To be honest,
Me too. Me too.
Like Jack Tretton did most of it for Sony. He was a guy that was liked. I mean, I don't even know, like myself as an Xbox guy, I didn't hate Jack Tretton. I didn't like his last E3. I thought what he did was kind of underhanded and dirty because Sony had plans to do the same type of DMR thing, but they waited and they waited and waited, and they were waiting for Microsoft to push it out and see what happens, and they reversed their course too, because they were ignoring all those questions and all the questions come from the media with everybody and what they were doing. So I think they did kind of a dirty, underhanded, play or whatever you want to call it. I just think it was a little underhanded, and their whole sharing of games and crap. I thought it was very childish, but I still thought he was a pretty decent guy. I think most people liked him. The gamers liked him. And that's what I think we finally got, is somebody that's going to run this platform that the gamers and the people that, are Xbox fans like Phil Spencer. So I would love to see someone that we like and respect to be up there and basically run that show. You can have other people come on, keep all the executives back in the office doing their job. They don't need to be at E3, okay? Let Phil do his job. He can bring in the developers to show off some games and whatnot, but, and to stop with the whole, don't need to bring in Yomogabi Tugumawaki, who doesn't speak a bit of English anyways. I don't need to read what he's saying. They can stay in Japan. Just show us the games and leave it at that.
Yeah. It's like last year. It's like I almost swore, because Microsoft went first, if you remember, and Sony finished up second. I could swear Sony's press conference and all their slides that they have in, that very last one that showed the price said $4.99 on it, and then when Microsoft came out and said $4.99, somebody said, "Go change that last slide in the deck to $3.99," and then they changed it to $3.99.
Yeah, you see the $4.99 scratched out.
Yeah, $3.99.
They did that exactly.
Yeah, if Sony would have went first, they either wouldn't announced the price, or it would have been $4.99. I almost swear it would have been $4.99, because to me, the consoles were $4.99. I mean, I was pretty surprised that PlayStation came in at $3.99, but if you look now, they're losing their rear end on them. So, but yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm excited for E3. I was going to say that. I was excited for last E3 because I wanted to see more about the console, but since they did those pre-launches earlier, there really wasn't more of what I was kind of excited for. But I'm actually excited this year because this year I think is where Microsoft's going to come with, everything full go. So
They're going to get it right this year. After what happened last year, they've got a lot of ground to make up.
yeah,
I think
And-
we're going to see a price cut. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Forza or Titanfall packed in going forward. Like the whole Target deal. Get an Xbox Live. Give me a game. Give me Xbox Live for a year in the same price as a PlayStation. They can eat the cost of Xbox Live for a year. That really
Yeah.
doesn't hurt them. All it's going to do is get somebody hooked who's had it for a year, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you want to renew? You're going to get a new customer out of that. It's not
Oh,
going to
yeah.
hurt them. And, you eat the price now, but you're selling well, but you are not selling near what your competition is. And it's not a sprint. It is a marathon. So, it's not all decided. And again, they're selling great. So they don't necessarily have to be the number one guy. We don't have to be into like, oh, you suck because you're number two. We're still selling. We sold 1 million less than you, but we're still selling bajillion boxes. What's it matter? And we're selling tons of software. We're making
Yeah.
money hand over fist. So it doesn't. It depends on the way you look at it. But I think Phil knows we're going to win. We're going to win because we're going to sell a ton of these. We're going to sell more than we sold 360s. We're going to keep giving gamers what they want. And that's what we need. And there's a lot of games that were shown last E3 that we haven't heard of. Like,
Yep.
what happened to Quantum Break? You
Yeah.
know? What's the deal with Halo 5?
and Patriots. Somebody mentioned Patriots in the chat. So, but
Yeah.
that's what I was getting ready to say. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Is like this E3. I think for Microsoft to come out, Halo 5 is not until next year, in my opinion. If they come out and say Halo 5 is this year, then you can blow the roof off the place in my mind. But this year, I think they come out and they say things like Patriots, Quantum Break, like 3 or 4 other high-profile games, and what they say at the end of them, every time they show them on videos or they show the trailers or talk about them, they say, coming in 2014, coming in 2014, coming in 2014. And if they say that after every one of those games that they show off, they're going to just annihilate everything because we already know the trouble that Sony's in with like their first-party games is most like I think they have one more coming this year, but most of them are next year. So I don't want to see a bunch of games that are coming in 2015. I want to see stuff that's coming out this year, and they've always seemed to do that. So hopefully they stick with that and they show everything coming this year. So it'll be exciting.
That would be nice. See what's going to be out in the next 12 months.
Yeah. No, 12 months. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, before the next E3, these are the games you're going to play.
Yeah.
Because they did that, for the last 2 E3s, and I think this
Yes.
one was the first one they didn't do that, which I can understand because it's a brand new platform, and you can kind of get away with it when you got a new platform. But we need to get back to that. I enjoyed those much better.
Yeah. I like seeing games that I don't have to wait 3 years for.
Right.
It's just, they're just. Unfortunately, that's what happens when Ubisoft does stuff, but that's because they show it to us and they say it's coming next year, and then they have their 2 delays and then they release it. So, but it's worth it because they always come out good games. So, but all right.
All right.
So, there's speaking of games coming out this year, I believe it's my turn. Telltale, that small company that makes that Walking Dead or something like that. I don't know. They also made this game called The Wolf Among Us. Well, episode 3 is going to be hitting this week, I believe.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, April
Wednesday.
8th. Yeah, April 8th, which is Tuesdays, PC, Mac, PS3, and then Xbox 360, PS3 in Europe, and iOS is the next day. So that is the 9th. Not exactly sure why it's one day off or something. Maybe it's exclusive or something, but I know they gave us The Wolf Among Us the first episode for free, and I haven't even played it yet. So heard it's good.
Just make sure that none of your children are around.
Yeah.
It's very adult.
Yeah. So, but I heard it's good. So
It is.
And
very-
I like Telltale's games, so I'm waiting for all the Walking Deads to come out so I can just play them all in a row. But yeah, so the ninth in the US on 360.
So, all right.
Next,
Oh, it would be me.
yeah.
All right. I got to pull it up. I was actually watching the trailer as you were talking, which I think is done. So I can now move on to my story,
Do.
which is co-op heist missions are coming to Grand Theft Auto Online this spring.
Yay!
So Rockstar Games has unveiled a look at the content headed for Grand Theft Auto Online. By the end of the spring, the game should boast new weapons, player-crafted capture jobs, and new co-op heist missions. Next week, Rockstar plans to drop the first update, which would be this coming week. Rockstar plans to drop the first update, which will add capture jobs to the crime-ridden online multiplayer game. Players will be able to customize these capture jobs by placing weapons, ammo, and other miscellaneous items as they please, then share the results with the rest of the online community. Following that edition, Rockstar will deliver the High Life update, a DLC pack that introduces new weapons, vehicles, clothing options, and 2 new gameplay functions. Once installed, the High Life update will allow players to own multiple properties in Grand Theft Auto Online, while the new mental state statistic will keep a running tally of just how sociopathic your avatar has been within the virtual world. Finally, Rockstar mentions the upcoming heist missions. Scant details are available, but the developer claims players will be able to join forces with others, either random online players or members of their crew, to pull off complicated cooperative theft assignments. So if you are a fan of GTA 5 Online or Grand Theft Auto Online, there's more content coming your way. So it won't be long.
Right on.
All right. Kind of a comical little story that happened on Friday is it was announced that a 5-year-old boy found a vulnerability in Xbox Live. And the kid was, I guess, given a high five and like a year's, 4 free games, $50, and a year-long live subscription. Rock on. But basically, this vulnerability is that he went in and he was trying to access his dad's account. When he put in the wrong password, it popped up a second verification screen where he filled it in all with spaces. And then after that, it allowed him to access the account. I mean, I think it's it's interesting that a little kid found it, but I think they're making a big deal out of it. It's like, okay, fine. He found it by accident. It wasn't like he hacked it or something like that. But regardless, I'm sure this thing's probably going to be patched sometime soon or something. Who knows? But that was kind of an interesting little story.
I believe it already was.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
said that it was already patched.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
All right.
you'll have to try something else if you're trying to do this. Maybe use all X's or something instead of spaces.
all right.
And that's it.
So, in one of my favorite games, Battlefield, or one of my favorite series, Battlefield, there's the latest game, Battlefield 4. There was a search for Megalodon. Yes, okay, that's to say that right. It all started with Jack Frags, who is like one of the YouTubers, very good at Battlefield. I was lucky enough to play, some rounds with him. It's a good time. But what he did is he went out to one of the maps and he said, "I swear that Megalodon is out here somewhere, and I'm searching for him." And he gave a kind of a little talk about why he thought that and so on and so forth. So what happened is there's this all the community was actually searching for this. And so DICE, being, who they are, they went and spent time and actually put it in one of the maps in the new Naval Strike, which is the what map was it? Nansha Strike.
I thought they had it in that article.
Yeah, it's I was looking for it. It's a Nansha. I think that's how they say it. Strike. So what it is, you go there and there's a buoy, and what you do is you get about 10 to 15 players hovering around that buoy, and all of a sudden that shark will jump out and just smash everybody and kill them. So as you can see in the video that we're showing. So
Yeah.
he has been discovered. So, and anybody who watches Battlefield Friends, they even mention it in the Battlefield 4 release. There's like, oh no, Megalodon's out there, like the noob guy on there. He was talking about it. So there's like, he is not out there. And so that's kind of what started the whole thing. Because there's a lot of Easter eggs out there in Battlefield. So, and if anybody doesn't watch Battlefield Friends after our show, I don't want to make a mistake like Rob did, last week. Go watch.
So stop
this now.
watching us and go.
Yeah,
see
stop
somebody
watching.
else.
Go watch this now. No, so after this, go. I think there's 3 seasons. The 4th season was just announced, which everybody's been waiting forever. Go watch Battlefield Friends. Start from the very beginning. They are hilarious. So.
Did you see Are you guys watching the video? Did you see how big this friggin' shark was?
Yeah, it's Megalodon.
It's
Yep.
huge.
Yep.
It's awesome. So,
Yep. I hear myself talking.
mute yourself. I mean, that shark's bigger than that helicopter that's in the thing. That's pretty cool. So, alrighty. So I guess it's my turn.
Yepper.
So we're gonna have.
This looks like a sci-fi movie.
So Titanfall.
Sharknado.
Yeah.
We got to talk Titanfall, but I think this is our only story this week. Titanfall, Bluepoint Games is the developer that is doing the 360 version of Titanfall, and they basically had their work cut out for them when they agreed to do this. So, senior producer Daryl Allison from Bluepoint Games says that this game on the 360 was a success. Titanfall on the Xbox 360 is the true experience. All the maps, modes, pilots, Titans, weapons, burn cards, you name it, found it on the Xbox One and PC versions. Allison recently wrote on the Titanfall website, the game looks great, sounds great, and above all, it plays great. There are, of course, some technical differences that are due to the technical limitations of the hardware. For example, the game runs above 30 frames per second, but rest assured the intense 6 versus 6 while running Titan dropping action is all there. Allison defends the decision to delay the 360 version of Titanfall by saying that the game was just not ready for release alongside its PC and Xbox One brethren. We wanted Xbox 360 gamers playing Titanfall at the same time as everyone else, but it needed more time. Allison said that EA and Respawn made the right call, and the extra time has paid off. Titanfall on 360 is definitely a game that Bluepoint Games is proud of, and we're excited for you to get your hands on it. And this comes out this week, folks. So if you don't have an Xbox One and you've been missing out on the Titanfall, your game's coming this week, April 8th. So you will finally be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's actually nice, and I believe a really good call to delay it if the game wasn't ready.
I agree.
So, and I'm pretty sure it's going to look fantastic. And the one thing is, I think a lot of people's like, oh, it's just not going to look as good. Well, yeah, it's not going to look as good, but it's going to look good for the 360. But that's cool.
Okay.
All right.
There was a outage on Xbox Live back in March 11th to be exact. And Microsoft is issuing a free week of Xbox Live Gold for Xbox One owners who were affected by this outage. This outage affected, I guess, people that were trying to do matchmaking in Forza Motorsport 5 and Titanfall. And it was resolved fairly quickly later on in that evening. The message is going to be sent through a message on Xbox Live, and it says, we know you experienced an issue signing I can't read today. We know you experienced an issue signing in on your Xbox One on March 11th, 2014. We apologize and will soon give you 7 days of Xbox Live Gold for your inconvenience. So it's pretty cool that Microsoft is doing that. So just for a couple hour outage, you're getting 7 whole days. So it's an extra week. So thanks, Microsoft. And I noticed I don't have that in my mailbox. Boo-hoo.
You didn't either, even though I was on that day. But then again, I wasn't experiencing the issue.
Yeah,
I
me either.
I was logged in playing Titanfall the whole day, so I don't really care.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right.
Major Nelson. He had a couple videos this week. I think Mark, you posted in the Facebook.
He was
thing.
real busy this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the one that was posted in, and we don't have that listed, do we? So we can kind of side talk about it, right? They talked about, I think it was changes for the for the TV division or whatever, but they're showing like, oh,
That
sorry.
came out on April 1st. That's why I was like, I didn't put it in or talk about it because I don't really know if it's legit. I don't trust
think
any
it's-
news on April 1st.
I think that's
Oh,
legit
yeah.
because I
It
mean, really,
seems
all they
so, but
yeah, because all they talked about was bringing like the guide and stuff to smart glass to mess with the TVs and stuff, to do the TV guides and stuff. But then also talked about how it was going to interact with DVR now. And to me, that doesn't seem like that's too outstretched to be false. You know what I mean?
It's like legitimate sounding features, you know?
It's legitimate sounding features, and it's features that people complained about not having on the Xbox One. So if they put an April Fool's joke out like that, that would be kind of wrong. But the reason why I mention it because I believe it is legit. But well, I guess we'll have to see now. Now you got me questioning. But that'd be a bad April Fool's joke.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like saying they're going to have a price cut of $100 and then saying April Fool's.
I mean, it looked like legit, but it was on April 1st. So it's like I've learned not to trust anything, and it was a bad day for them to post a legitimate news story.
Exactly.
They shouldn't have. It's April 1st. You know
Yeah.
that there's so many fake stories that day that I don't believe anything. I don't even read them that day.
Yeah, but most of the fake ones that I saw was like, the Razer was putting out a whatever those hovercraft things are that you could like take off of your arm and it would always follow you in third person mode to make you seem like you're in a video game and stuff. It was pretty funny. But not a story that was not on April 1st is that Xbox One is getting external storage support soon. This is something, if you guys remember when they were releasing the Xbox, I don't know if it was E3 or their previous talking about it, but they talked about how they were going to support external storage. I think this is all to come, go against Sony allowing you to remove the drive. But external hardware forthcoming in a forthcoming update. My Major Nelson confirmed in a Reddit comment this week. Lots of good work going on making the console even better. Some you'll see soon, some will show up later. External game storage is coming soon. So he did not confirm maximum storage size that it will support, or the time frame for the update was not announced. So I think that's good news because a lot of people who are going to go digital only, that was one of their big things. I've saw some comments and concerns that it's only going to be a proprietary hard drive and not just any hard drive. And then if they do proprietary hard drive, that it's going to be like 3 times as much. You'll be paying a lot more. But I don't think they'll make that mistake.
I'm hope not. I hope
That-
they can sell them, and they could put out their own drive and mark it up a little bit more. Some people are going to buy them, but
Yeah.
they shouldn't just say it has to be our drive and it's going to be $300. 3 times the price of what you could buy a terabyte drive
Yeah.
down, from another maker. It's just when it's all the same thing anyways.
Yeah.
They did that. They did that stuff on the 360 with the USBs and stuff for a while. They did that when they first came out.
Yeah.
You had to have like theirs, and then they opened it up later. But I hope they don't make that mistake again. I think that'd be a slap in the face. If you want to make everybody go digital, let them use their digital devices that they have.
Yeah, I just didn't like that, a 320 gig, hard drive that was hooked into the side of your 360 was $179 when I could go buy a 2 terabyte for 60 something.
Right.
And it was all because of we put our proprietary security on it, and I'm just like, I don't care what you have to put your security on my hard drive. I don't care. Just don't make me
your
pay.
Your problem, not mine.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's the cost of
let's
doing business.
Yeah, and maybe the external support allows them to only worry about their hard drive and the stuff on that, and of course everything else is good to go because they did do the USB sticks. I mean, you can do any USB stick, so that's why I don't think it'll be a proprietary hard drive. So
yeah, I'm hoping not, man. But if we don't require it, I'm buying one. I'm gonna buy the biggest external hard drive I can get the day that they announced this. I'm gonna go out and buy like 3 terabyte drive or something.
Just make sure that you guys. I mean, probably something that they'll say is to have an SSD drive. But that's the only thing I can think of to help on performance. But I've seen.
You can't get a big one then. You're so
All you need is a
expensive.
USB 3.0.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I mean,
It's got a 3.0
Mhm.
USB connection on the box.
yeah.
So
When I found out one way to tell those connectors, it's got a blue. If you
Yeah.
look inside the connector, it's blue.
Mhm.
I never knew that before.
Huh.
Little tipper.
So, but
All right.
yeah, like a 1 terabyte drive. Well, here's a 2 terabyte drive external for $115.
hmm Yeah, I run a external 2 terabyte external HD laptop drive, USB. Did I say USB 3.0 as
Here's-
my backup drive.
Yeah, I got one too, but it's for
Mhm.
my work. But so I can't. I got to leave that with work. But there's another 2
Yeah.
terabyte for $100. So here's a 3 terabyte for $116. So yeah, 4 terabyte for $160. Woohoo!
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be. I think everybody will be covered. So,
Yep.
but that's cool. So,
All right.
all right.
Oh, and then
That's
I think
it?
the last
There you go.
story is me.
Mhm.
So Doom. Do you guys remember Doom?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, those craving a modern dose of a classic shooter franchise can earn beta access for the next Doom game by purchasing Wolfenstein: The New Order. The New Order will be available on PS3 and Xbox 360, in addition to the PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Wolfenstein FAQ has revealed that fans will need to own a capable PC or current gen console in order to partake in the Doom beta. So if you are planning to, if you're buying Wolfenstein to get the Doom beta, you better be on an Xbox One or a PC version of Wolfenstein or PlayStation 4. So don't buy it for 360 expecting to play the beta on the 360. It's not going to happen. So you have been warned.
Yep.
So, all right.
That's it.
That is it for our stories. So it's community time, folks, and what that means is we tell you all the good stuff, where you can reach us. So follow us on Facebook. Just search for this Xbox Life, all one word, and you will. We now have hit 300 members in our group.
All right.
Woo!
Yeah, I like
So-
our group.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We got some cool people out there.
Oh, for sure.
Email us, contact at thisxboxlife.com. Follow us on Twitter. If you want to get your voice in the show, then go to our website and click the send a voicemail message on the website. It will ask you if it can connect to your mic, say yes, and it'll record your message and it'll send it to us. Be sure to leave us your gamer tag so we know who you are.
And I believe this also works on iPads and some mobile devices, so you don't necessarily have to do it strictly from your computer.
Right. And as always, please continue to support the show by using our affiliate link, our Amazon affiliate link found on our website. So, all right.
All right. On to this week's retail releases. We actually have some stuff to talk about this week, which is awesome because that means more games for everybody. Starting off with Xbox 360, we have, of course, Titanfall. We've been waiting for this for a long time to appear on the 360. It got delayed, a couple times, or at least once, if not more. So it's finally going to be out. You can finally join in on the fun, and I'm actually kind of curious to see how this is going to look in comparison, how close to the Xbox One they were able to make this game visually. Then there's also Lego The Hobbit. Moving on to Xbox One, we have, again, Lego The Hobbit. In addition, we have Connect Sports Rivals. This is a game that was out in demo form for quite some time now, and I believe they gave this out for some reason. Do you guys remember? Do you remember why they released the demo?
It was just the what is it? The jet skis.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
it. It wasn't the whole game. So
but I thought they released the demo for some reason. Whatever.
probably
Anyway,
just because there was no Connect titles or anything.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
probably more of like a tech demo of the new Connect 2.0.
hmm Yeah.
So,
And it was actually pretty nice. It was your typical hydro, thunder, jet ski, boating
Hydro
type of game.
Thunder.
I love
Sorry.
that game. But the game was pretty good and actually had some pretty sweet tunes in there as well. And then also RBI Baseball 14 is out for Xbox One this week.
I'm curious to see what this looks like. We still don't have any videos. We've only got like 4 screenshots, and it looks pretty corny. So,
Of the base of baseball.
yeah, the RBI
Yeah.
baseball.
And I looked before we started for videos. Still can't find anything. So
Well, maybe the community members can make the first videos when they play it.
Yeah, no kidding. And where might one buy these games, these awesome games, Rob?
I'm glad you asked, Mark. I'm glad you asked. You can definitely find this and a whole lot more on Amazon. Please use our This Xbox Life Amazon link. Just head over to our website. Click on the Xbox image on the right-hand side. It'll take you over to Amazon, and then from there you can search for whatever your heart desires. You can buy aquarium filters. You can buy Xbox games. You can buy batteries. You can buy toilet paper. Who knows? If you want it, they got it.
Yes, I do. All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's all.
Short, quick, sweet, but with good information. So, thank you guys for supporting us. If you listen to us on iTunes, please rate us 5 stars. And just a quick heads up, I have been notified by many of our community members. They have formed their own podcast, and I have listened to their very first episode. And I told them once they're ready to make the announcement to let me know, and we will announce that on this site, and I'll probably post it in our Facebook group too. So they are in the midst of building their website, but it was pretty funny. It's many people from our community. It's all people from our community. So I really enjoyed listening to them. But so we'll pass that info along when they are ready to have the influx of people. And but keep it up, guys. That was a really good first episode. We look forward to hearing more. And did you guys have any last minute thoughts?
Dark Eye Defender, been with us for a very long time, right? His birthday's tomorrow.
Forever.
Yeah, so happy birthday. And my son's birthday's tomorrow, but my son's more important. Sorry, Dark Eye Defender. You said you didn't like me when I came back on the show anyways. Jokingly saying it, I hope. So,
all right. Well, with that, we are out of here. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next week. I am Mark, a.k.a. Wingman709, taking off.
I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch y'all next week.
and run BJ Swick 33. Have a good one.